Welcome to Learning in the Making Live. My name is Linda.
And my name is Dora, and welcome to our very first ever live stream video.
Right now, many people are staying safe at home while you're at home, you might be looking for some ways to learn, have fun, and maybe stay off your screen.
And me and Linda are from Maker Ed, and we have always believed that there is a lot of power in hands-on making and learning. And right now, more than ever, in the situation that we're in, learning can look in so many different ways, and you can do so much learning in different places.
So while we're typically a national nonprofit that works with educators across the country to deepen their practice of hands-on learning, we know that educators and families need meaningful and accessible educational resources for their youth now.
And so that's why Maker Ed is starting this brand new video series called Learning in the Making Live.
Every week we'll bring you ideas, inspiration for projects that you can do at home with some everyday materials. So that can be from cooking, engineering, art, and everything in between.
So we're hoping through this weekly online video series, along with all the resources that we'll be providing for you online, that you'll be able to find some kind of inspiration or resource to do some making. Whether you're an educator who's looking for activities to do that your students can do at home, whether you're a parent looking for some fun stuff that your kids can stay engaged with, or if you're a youth looking for something fun to make and stay busy, we hope that these videos will inspire you to make at home. So this is our very first live stream video. So bear with us as we figure out all the technical stuff of this video, but we are going to have different weekly themes. And this theme is all about design. And it's about design thinking. How do you design something in your house using everyday materials? And we're going to do a design shoe challenge. So you're going to be able to follow along with this video in order to design, build, and test your dream shoes. And you can either follow along and make with us, or you can watch the process, and we're going to record this video at the end and put it up on YouTube so you can follow along with it later. Before we start, this challenge can be done with everyday materials around your house. You can take a minute to go and look for some materials. It can really be done with anything that you have, but I'm going to show you some examples. I have my handy dandy little maker kit here that has a bunch of different examples. So I will show you what some of these examples look like. So one thing that you are going to need is you are going to need some planning materials. So planning materials can just be some paper, some markers, if you have some pens or pencils. These are good materials to sketch out your ideas and to think about the thing that you're going to be designing. Some other materials that are useful is because we're going to be prototyping some shoes, we are going to need some cardboard. So I have some pieces of cardboard here that can be used as a base. You can also have some construction paper and some fabric. Some fabric might be nice to make your prototype shoe. Some other materials that might be useful as you're looking around your house is tape. Tape is good. It's very helpful. You can have some scissors. And let's see what else I have in my maker kit. I have some Pom Poms. These are always fun and nice to work with. I have some colored tape. I have some rubber bands, some glue sticks. This is some string. I have these coffee sleeves that are made out of cardboard that I didn't feel like throwing away, so I kept them to see if maybe I could use them for some kind of making project. And I have some straws. Linda, is there anything else that you think might be useful for this design challenge?
So some things that I have on my end are some old catalogs, stickers, newspapers, and a bunch of these old stamps.
Oh, I like the old stamps. The catalogs, I think, are really great for cutting out pictures to be able to personalize the things that you're making. Stickers are also a great way to add some flair to your design. So now that you have your materials ready, we are going to begin our activity. So because this is a maker design challenge, we are going to talk about the design process. And
wait, Dora, what's the design process?
Oh, the design process. Okay, yeah, we should start with that. So the design process is a way that designers break down a problem into smaller steps in order to design or invent something new. So I'm going to go over the design process so that we can all follow along. And the first step in the design process is brainstorming and planning. Linda, what is brainstorming and planning?
That's when you think of your ideas, right?
You think of your ideas, and then what do you do once you think of your ideas?
And maybe you write them down somewhere.
Oh, you write them down. That might be really helpful to write down your ideas because if they just live in your head, it's hard to make them come to life. So when you write them down and sketch them out, you can know where to start. So after you brainstorm and plan, I'm going to put this down so you can see. The next step is you are going to build a prototype. What is a prototype?
So is a prototype when you build a model of your design?
Yes, a prototype is when you build a model of your design. This is what we're going to use all of our really awesome maker materials for. So after you build your prototype and you have something working and something that you can test, what does it mean to test something?
Well, does it mean that you like figure out if it works? So if we're testing a shoe, can we just wear it and run around outside? Is that proper social distancing?
Well, if you are staying 6 feet away from others while you're running around outside testing your shoe and you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds once you come in, I think that you can test it outside. What do you think?
Right.
So once you've tested, do we just stop? Like, does the design process just stop?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Once you test it, you have to iterate. This is a big word. What does iterate mean?
So iterate is when you improve our design to make it better.
What are some ways that we can make a design better?
So maybe we can ask some questions to see if like it works or if we can use different materials.
Right. So it's about the process of reflecting on the thing that we made in order to make it better. So now that you see the design process, brainstorm and plan, prototype, test, and iterate, you're almost ready to start your shoe design challenge. The one thing that we're missing is our criteria. The criteria are things that your prototype needs in order to be successful. So for today, your criteria is going to be that your shoe has to use recyclable materials. Your shoe has to stay on your foot on its own, so it can't be slipping off and falling off. And once you step in it, it like breaks apart. It has to be able to stay on your foot, and it has to reflect your own personal style. So this is the criteria that you're going to use to make sure that your shoe is successful in the shoe design challenge. And we're going to get you started on how to start building your shoe. And we're going to go through all these steps. But at the end of this video, we would love for you to continue making at home, make your shoe, test it, iterate on it, and then post it on Twitter or on Instagram for us to see your awesome designs. So we're going to start. Linda, what was the first step again?
The first step was brainstorm and plan your shoe.
Great. So we're going to brainstorm and plan. Let's talk out what kind of shoe would you want, Linda? What does your dream shoe look like?
I know I want something that's really lightweight and comfortable and can be easily taken on and off because I don't wear the shoes in the house. So I want to be able to just slip them right off.
So you want lightweight, comfortable, easy to take on or off.
Mm-hmm. What kind of shoe would you like, Dora?
I think I want a shoe with no laces.
Me too.
I want a shoe that is also comfortable. I think that's very important. And what about your personal style?
My personal style, I am all about comfort. So today is the first day in a long time where I haven't worn sweatpants. So I just need something that's very simple.
Very simple.
I need something that will match with all my outfits and all my clothes.
I feel like maybe I don't want something too colorful because then it won't match with all my outfits. But I do want something that's comfortable, that's lightweight and looks very simple. So once you have some ideas of the kind of shoe that you want to be creating, then you're going to go ahead and sketch them out. So what is like a shoe that we can sketch out? Have you ever worn Converse? I love Converse. This is my
Converse, I think they're a little bit heavy. I'm like a little bit of an Allbirds person.
Oh, so maybe this is too heavy. What if we do like a high heel?
A high heel.
Yeah.
If you can make one that's super comfortable and lightweight.
Maybe we can add some flair over here. Maybe they're not comfortable enough.
What if I'm gonna bring back Velcro straps for adults?
Velcro straps. So maybe this can be the top part of my shoe, and this can be the bottom part, and then here can be some straps. What if we add some color to this shoe? Well, what color would you want? I'm thinking like a red.
Red, maybe some white.
Maybe white. I have a green marker here, so I might color this one green. And if you're at home, make sure you take some time to sketch out your ideas. And you can come up with as many ideas as you want. You don't have to be, the best artist in the world in order to design your shoe. Just let your creativity flow through some sketches and doodles, because as designers, sometimes it's better to kind of draw out and sketch your ideas before we get started. So, Linda, do you have any other shoe ideas you want to share with us?
I want the bottom of my soles to have traction, so if I go hiking, I won't like slip and fall.
Traction. Do you have a drawing that you want to show us?
My drawing isn't nearly as beautiful as yours, but it's the attempt, right? Here we go. Here's my shoe.
That's a great drawing.
These are my Velcro straps.
I like that your Velcro straps are super noticeable, so I know exactly how I'm going to put the shoe on. That's awesome. So once you brainstorm and plan, what was the next step?
We prototype.
Prototype. That's my favorite part. My favorite part is the prototyping, because that's when we actually get to build our shoe. So I'm going to say that I'm going to build this shoe. And I'm going to use cardboard. And maybe I'll use fabric. What else do you think we could use?
Maybe some pipe cleaners.
Pipe cleaners. Sometimes it's helpful to list out your materials so that you know what you have before you start building, and you have a plan before going forward. So if you're out there drawing your amazing shoe designs right now, try to look at the materials that you have available and just think about how you might use them. So in order to build our prototype, what do you think is a good place to start, Linda?
So maybe we should grab a shoe that we already have and trace out the base onto some cardboard and then cut it out.
Oh, that's a really great idea. This is also a good time to look at some of the shoes that maybe you or your family members have, and look at the different parts and the different pieces of your shoe and see what you notice. So here I have my husband's shoe.
That's huge.
Really big. They're steel toes, so they're super durable. They're very tall, but they're very heavy. I don't know if I want a heavy shoe, because we did say we wanted a lightweight shoe.
Right.
So here's one of my shoes. These are my favorite sandals. They're very colorful and they're lightweight and easy to take on and off. But they don't totally match all of my outfits. So here are my favorite sneakers. They have laces, but you don't use them. You just take them on and off. They're simple. They're easy to take on and off. They're comfortable. They're lightweight, and they match with everything. So maybe I'll take this and make an outline, you said?
Yeah, just put it on some cardboard.
Okay. So here's my cardboard. and I'm gonna take this shoe and I'm just gonna make an outline. This is a good way to start a base. If you have another way that you're starting the base of your shoe out there at home, please share with us. The more ideas we have, the better. But this is just a way to start my shoe. Okay, I have my outline. Now what do?
Do you need to cut it out?
Oh yeah, I should cut it out.
Dora, but before you do that, are you an adult? Do you know how to use scissors safely?
I think I know how to use scissors safely.
But just in case for those of you who are at home, make sure that there is an adult around or that you know how to safely use scissors so that you can stay safe while you're doing this.
Right. So you can see down here, I have a cutting mat just in case. I'm protecting my surfaces. And this cardboard is really, really thin to cut. So using the scissors is pretty easy, but it is kind of difficult. So make sure you follow Linda's advice on being safe with the scissors and the cardboard. So I have almost it done. It's almost done. Okay. So now I have the sole of my foot on my shoe designed. This is going to be the bottom part, the base. And once I have this bottom part, I might want to figure out what else I can add. So I'm going to take a look at my little maker kit and some materials that I have. Ooh, I have this coffee sleeve that I've been wanting to use for a while. And maybe
Can you put that in the front as a strap?
As a strap, like right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like such a good idea. Let me tape that on here. So I'm going to tape it on here so it stays. And that all of a sudden looks like a strap. What do you think, Linda?
That looks awesome. Is that gonna fit on your foot?
I think it'll fit on my foot. I just traced it out from my shoe. Do you mean is the strap gonna fit?
Mm-hmm.
I think the strap will fit. But it kind of looks like a chancla. It looks like a sandal. I don't know if it fits the criteria of it being comfortable and it has to stay on my foot, but this is a good place to start. What else could I add to this?
Did you say that one of your materials was fabric?
I do have fabric.
How would you attach the fabric, Dora?
Oh, so I have a glue gun. I have a hot glue gun here. And I could attach the fabric with hot glue. Maybe that'll make it more durable and it'll stay on my foot.
Do you think that that's safe to use at home for children?
Well, if you have an adult nearby, you might want to ask them to help you with the hot glue gun because hot glue does get really hot. So you do want to be careful with that. If you don't have a hot glue gun at home, I like using tape, or you can use some glue sticks, or you could just use some construction paper instead of fabric. And the construction paper might be a little bit easier to tape onto your shoe. So if I use this construction paper, then I can all of a sudden make this a closed-toed shoe instead of an open-toed shoe. I can also, if I wanted to add like some base material here, instead of just having it be like an open sandal, then I could have a strip of cardboard, maybe like this, and I could tape the strip of cardboard along the edge of my shoe.
Oh, that's so smart. I feel like my shoes have that, but it's made out of rubber.
Oh, it's made out of rubber. Why do you think your shoes have some kind of like material there? What is that useful for?
I think maybe to keep the bottom of my feet safe and provide structure.
Oh, to provide some structure. What do you think would happen if
just be a sock? No.
Wait, what?
Otherwise, it's probably just a sock.
True. I mean, we could make socks. We could have another live thing where we're making socks. So you see how all of a sudden I have a little bit more of a structure to my shoe?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I can make this all the way, go all the way around and just provide more structure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can go ahead and add some paper there, or I can add some fabric there instead. What else do you think we could do to make this a little bit more personalized?
Ooh. I see some Maker Ed stickers there. Would you be able to like put some of the stickers on top of our very own Learning in the Making Live Maker Ed shoe?
Red shoe, yeah. I could definitely put a sticker here. I kind of like that idea of putting stickers on our shoes to kind of personalize them. So that's going to be our official Maker Ed shoe. I also have some of these Pom Poms, and I love Pom Poms. So maybe I could add some Pom Poms to the side to personalize it. Maybe I can, if I want my shoe to be super comfortable, do I want to just like step on this hard cardboard?
Probably not. Do you have any kind of cushioning or other type of like soft materials?
Well, I could use these Pom Poms and just maybe like glue them
Mm-hmm.
down like this. And they're softer and a little bit more cushiony. So then I would step into the Pom Poms instead of stepping on the hard cardboard. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
So if you're at home, you might be having tons of different ideas of how you could be making your shoe and what different ways you could be designing it. And there are so many different ways that you can design the shoe. I'm going to show you, this is my prototype that I'm starting to design, but I will show you another example of a shoe that I made. This was a high heel shoe, and I made it so that it had a high heel, that it has the structural support here that Linda was talking about, and it has some colors so that it's more personalized because I really wanted it to be colorful. So if you are at home watching this recording later, then maybe you can pause here and build your shoe, or you can continue watching it with us right now to go through the rest of the process. But this is just a way to start your shoe. We want you to, at home, continue making it. So I'm gonna use this shoe as the example. What was the next step in our process, Linda?
It's to test.
To test. So how would we test a shoe?
So I would try it on and make sure that nothing can poke you on the inside of the shoes because that's the worst when you get things poking you or it hurts.
Okay, my shoe looks empty in the middle, but that's good because maybe I would have had something in there that I didn't see before, and then you put your shoe in and you're like, ouch, that hurts. So that was a really good piece of advice. What else do you think we could do to test this, Linda?
So check to see if it fits and that it's just not going to fall apart.
I think it fits. I'm pretty sure it fits. I'm not going to stand up and show you that it fits, but you're going to have to trust me that it fits. And it didn't fall apart. I did notice my fabric came off a little bit, but it didn't necessarily fall apart. And when I bend it, it looks pretty durable.
It's durable.
It's pretty durable.
Is it comfortable, Tora?
I think it could be more comfortable. I think heels are not as comfortable all the time. What is the next step of our design process?
The next step is to iterate.
To iterate. Can you remind me what iterate means? It's kind of a big word.
So iterate means when you make your plan or idea better. So you figure it out and then you make it better.
Oh, okay. So some of the things I mentioned earlier was that the high heels weren't as comfortable as I wanted, and that it kind of came loose here, like the fabric's kind of coming off. So what I did earlier is I went and I made another shoe prototype, and this shoe prototype, can you see what that looks like? This one's just a sneaker. I made it flat so it doesn't have a high heel, and I added some laces so that it just kind of was more personal at the top. So you can see there are many different ways to design your shoe. So, Linda, is there a right or wrong way to do this activity?
No, there are no right or wrong ways. You can make your shoe however you like.
Oh, however I like. Maybe I can show some inspiration on other ways that you can design your shoe, because as designers, we always want to experiment and try new things. And maybe something's not going to work the first time that we do it, or the second time, or the third time. But that's okay, because every time you try something out, you're going to learn a little bit, something a little bit new, and you're just going to get some more ideas. So there are some examples that I'm going to show you of other shoe design challenges. And these are examples of the ways that other teachers, other educators have done the shoe design challenge in their class, and things that other kids have made. So here we have an example of some shoes. Linda, what do you notice about these shoes?
I'm noticing that some of these shoes have laces, especially the one on the right side of the screen. Yeah. And I know I don't want laces.
You don't want laces.
No.
Why do you not want laces?
I just don't want to have to tie them.
You
I
want
want
to
to be able to take my shoe on and off really quickly and not have to tie them.
Yeah, that's true. I like being able to take them on and off really quickly. But if you're out there watching this video, maybe you really love laces and you can put some colorful laces in your shoe. Here's another example of a totally different kind of shoe that was also made by some kids out there. What do you notice about this shoe, Linda?
Oh, so this one has a heel and some shiny borders. Yeah.
Ooh, shiny borders. That reminds me of one of our design criteria that was like, your shoe must fit your own personal style. So if you like things that are really shiny, then maybe you can add some shine and some flair to your shoe. What about this one? Here's another example.
This one looks like a gladiator sandal, and I like it. There are no laces.
There are no laces. Do you think this is really comfortable?
It could be.
It could be. I really like the structural support. I like that it goes up. It's not flat like here, like some of my shoe designs were. It has those straps. I really like that. I thought that was good.
Dora, are slippers shoes?
Are slipper shoes? I mean, how do we define shoe?
I don't know.
Does it go on your feet?
Yes.
Then I think slippers are shoes.
Do we create a flowchart of shoes? What
I
is a
would
shoe?
think, I mean, for this challenge, our criteria was that it has to be recyclable materials, it has to stay on your feet, and it has to fit your personal style. So if slippers stay on your feet and fit your personal style, I think they're considered shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see any kids out there or any families out there who are making slippers, make some slippers and share them with us. And I think I have one more example to show you. What about this shoe? What do you notice about this one?
This one's very on trend with the color blocking.
With the color blocking. I like the colors. I like the different colors. You can see that there's tape that was used here. It looks like construction paper. So you can see that there are lots of different ways that you can make your shoe at home, and you can share your projects with us. We would love to see what you make. This is our very first live stream activity, and we would love to see what you make. If you make some shoes at home, you can tag us on Twitter or Instagram at makered.org, and you can use the hashtag makered@home and hashtag shoe design challenge. If you would like some more inspiration of different kinds of ways that you could do the shoe design challenge, I would advise you to go check out shoe design challenge hashtag, because there's tons of inspiration there. If you're doing this at home and you want to do it later and you don't want to have to watch this video again, then we also have some project guides that we created for you that live online. The projects guides are in Spanish and English. If you want to go check them out, you can visit our blog at makered.org/blog.
Right. You can also find the project guide in both English and Spanish in our description below.
Great. Yes, thank you. Click on the description below if you want to see those project guides. In the description, in our blog post, you're also going to see even more resources and inspiration that we have provided for you that fit this week's theme of design and hands-on making with recycled materials that you have at home. So if you want to check on those resources down in the description, I'm going to explain them here. Some really great resources, teachengineering.com. It has tons of great STEM curriculum for grades K through 12. If you are an educator out there, they have a lot of really great lesson plans, engineering activities that you can do at home. There's also pbskids.org/design squad. Tons of hands-on engineering activities, videos, lesson plans. You can see their version of the shoe design challenge in the link below as well. And dailystem.com has tons of STEM activities for you to do at home as families. And if you want to do the shoe design challenge with some more math integration, because I know math is my favorite subject, so I would love to see more math stuff out there, then you can visit dailystem.com's blog that has a really great way of doing this shoe design challenge using area and perimeter shoes and putting some more math content in there. So make sure that you visit the description down below to look at those resources and even more inspiration on our blog.
So that's the end for this shoe design challenge, but join us again next week for more activities and ideas about zine making and social emotional learning. We know this can be a difficult time for many of us, so tune in next week as we learn some strategies to understand our feelings and make zines in the process. And as always, we'll be learning in the making.